Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. About my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Yeah. Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions. Movement sets me free. Finally I can be. Surrender myself and now like taste so sweet. Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go. Can't let it keep me down. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Can't let it keep me down. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Gotta stay in the now. Finally finding me. Third eye opening up so I can see. Finally I can breathe. Loving myself and giving myself everything I need. Had some rough nights lately, but I'm feeling light. Sun on my face, wind in my hair, color so bright. Tryna smile instead of quick to battle on sight. Loving it now, choosing what's really worth the fight. Lust for the clouds, mountains, and the rain. Understanding through my dreams that there's a path to heal pain. Getting lit to stay lit, it just don't hit the same. Got so sick and tired of playing the game, yeah. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down, no. Gotta stay in the now. About my style. Can't let it keep me down, no. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Yeah. Finally finding peace. Shatter illusions. Movement sets me free. Finally I can be. Surrender myself and now like taste so sweet. Yeah. Hoping I keep moving in the right direction. Gotta take the yin with the yang, it's all a testing. Open to the notion that everything is a lesson, and that we're always being sent another message. Traveling all terrain to gain perspective. Switch the view that said it's true that I'm defective. Been to hell and back, but I continue to stay reflective and give the wisdom all right back to the collective. Let's go. Can't let it keep me down. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Can't let it keep me down. Can't let it keep me down. Gotta stay in the now. Gotta stay in the now.
Good evening, warriors. Good evening, community. How is everybody tonight? I missed a bunch of you guys today. I just got back in town about 4:30. So if anybody knows me, you know I had to rush and get my clothes put up. And I got clothes in the washer and close out for tomorrow and all the stuff, because I just have to get rid of all that stuff. So yeah. So let me see who is on here. Hello, Karen. How are you feeling? Kenya, how are you doing today? So good to have you on here. That's right, Marquita. Let's fight. Let's fight. Hello, Minister Phyllis, Harriet, Simone. Yes, Auntie Helen. I know. I got my hair braided. Hello, Timberland. I had to fix it, turn it over this way because the other way wasn't looking right on the camera. So I had to do it this way. I know, but you know what? I can't stand it. I have to get that kind of stuff done because then it'd be like, I can't rest. I can't relax knowing I got to get all that stuff done. So I just get it all done and, now I don't have to worry about it. So how are you all doing? How was your derby? I was thinking to myself, I was like, I don't know if I've ever missed a derby before or not been in town for a derby. But it was really strange. And so I'll tell you a little bit about my weekend. And but anyway, so did y'all have a good derby? Did anybody win any money? Y'all go to any parties? Y'all wear some hats, fascinators? What was y'all doing? Did you, thank you. I'll have to find some pictures. I should, if I had time, I would have put them on here, but I didn't have time to put my pictures on here. And, yeah. So did y'all go to a cookout? I know it was raining. I heard that did they shut down Oaks because of the weather? Or somebody told us that they told everybody to take cover or something. Y'all let me know. Okay. Cause I've been out of that whole loop. But the whole weekend we were telling everybody about the derby and how they need to come to the derby at least one time. Even though I'm 61 and I've never been to the Kentucky Derby. I've been to the Oaks and other days leading up to it, probably every other day, Monday through Friday. But I have never been to the Kentucky Derby. Has anybody on here ever been to the Kentucky Derby? And what was that experience like? Like I said, I've been to Oaks and Derby and all those other days, but I just have not been to Kentucky Derby. And y'all know, because I was explaining to someone, I was like, Kentucky Derby. Now I'm speaking as an African-American woman, but it was like Kentucky Derby was never for us, right? That was just for other people. It wasn't for us. We just had cookouts and parties and Screaming Eagles and, things like that. Dress cute, went down to the park, guys washing their car, driving slow around Shawnee Park, that kind of thing. But we never went to the Kentucky Derby because it wasn't really for us. So somebody else, y'all tell me, growing up, if you grew up here in Louisville, Kentucky, how was it for you? How did your family celebrate Derby growing up? Because I know, like I said, with us, it was just it wasn't really for us. We just had cookouts and that kind of thing. And maybe we could go next year. Let me see. Marquita, what'd you say? Someone, Marquita, and me watched it over Google Meet. Sweet. Okay. Did you win any money, Marquita? That's what I want to know. Did you win any money? Hello, Deaconess Easley. How are you? Yeah, maybe we can go one day. Maybe next year. I don't know. We will see. All right, ladies. If you have not already, if you're new here, make sure you like the page, follow the page, share the stream. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, because y'all know we're growing our YouTube community, make sure, first of all, that you put your name in the comment section so that I will know that you're here so that we can greet you, because you can see this is a wonderful community of women. And if you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. And then also hit that thumbs up, give me a thumbs up, and then also hit the notification button. So anytime I'm on, you are notified. Okay, Harriet. Yeah, that's what we did. Me and my family when we were younger, we had cookouts. That's what I'm saying. Like we didn't go to the Derby. Now, I also heard that they were allowing in the West End to do the Cars on Broadway or something like that, or Screaming Eagles. I don't know. Y'all have to tell me. Was that allowed? How'd it go? Was everybody safe? Was everybody good? Oh, you ain't winning money. Scam. Okay. So, but yeah. So how was it in the West End? Like, did they let them party? Did they let them ride the cars? Did they open up the parks? Or did they close the parks? How was it? And I know it's going to take a minute for y'all to respond, but because of the time difference. But just let me know. Okay, so while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and get to what I'm going to talk about tonight, because this has been a very, very busy weekend. Like I said, I just got home at about 4:45. So I was rushing because I did want to get on here with you guys. What I want to talk about very, very briefly is how nothing just happens. And if you've been with me for a while, you will probably know some of these stories, but there might be some people who haven't been with me and don't know some of these stories. So y'all know, for me, you keep hearing me say for this year, like I'm really trying to tune in to those little things that God, those little whispers, that little contact, that little thing that happens that seems so random, that if you didn't pay attention to it, you would miss that thing. And so I'm trying to tell you this year that in addition to discovery, in order to discover some things, we have to pay attention to those little God things that happen in our life that seem insignificant, but that can change your whole life if you pay attention to them and act on those things. Okay. They did the Broadway cruising until 2 people were killed. Oh, shut the front door. Really? It's very quiet. I don't know about Broadway. I wonder if they were people in town or out of towners. I hate to hear that. I really do. I hate to hear that. Okay. All right. So let me get back. So many of you know probably about, I wish my cousin Phyllis was on here because I will ask her about the timeline. And this may have been about maybe 15 years ago. I don't know. I went up to Cleveland because at that point, my Aunt Helen was still living in Cleveland, and she was having her church was having a women's conference. And so I went up there. I want to say me and my mother went up to the women's conference, and a lady was speaking by the name of Evangelist Joyce Rogers. And she was evangelist in Church of God in Christ, or most people just say Kojic, but it's Church of God in Christ. And she was absolutely wonderful. I mean, it was just like, oh my God, like she was so good. And so when I was having my women's conference, I was like, I need to get her to come. Again, a seemingly random act that I just decided to go to Cleveland, to go to a women's conference. She just happened to be speaking, and I heard her. And then when I said I wanted to have my women's conference, then I was like, I got to get her. So we sent her a letter about 1.5 to 2 years, maybe about 1.5 years before we wanted her to come. And every time I was like, have we heard anything back? It was like, well, her assistant says she's praying on it. She's praying on it. And every time we'd call, she's praying on it. So finally, I was like, look, this was like probably 3 months worth of praying. I don't know if Ebby's on here because she was involved in that as well. So finally, I was like, just give me her number. Like, I'm just going to call. So I called and I spoke with her assistant. And I told her, I was like, look, I'm not some crazy woman, but I heard her speak. And I really believe that she has something that she can really pour into the women at my church. And I feel like she's got a word. So she was like, oh, she's going to call you back by the end of the week, because this was like a Monday. So I was just out running at that time. And about 2 hours later, because she was like, she'll call you back at the end of the week. 2 hours later, she called me back and she was like, she's going to come. Wonderful. So what that did, and it opened up a whole wonderful relationship with this woman who was so godly and just wonderful. If some of y'all remember how her speaking at our church. And she even one time told my husband and I, she was like, look, I travel all over the world to all kinds of churches and stuff. She was like, so I know good pastors and bad ones when I see them. And she was like, this is, good ground. And she was like, if y'all ever in Texas, y'all could stay at my house. She was like, and I don't even have to be there. That's what she said. Okay. And I know I've told this story before. Okay. But what that did also, it opened up a wonderful relationship with a person that seemed like a random event that I just happened to go to Cleveland to hear, to go to a women's conference. So then fast forward, I don't know, this was maybe, somebody have to help me with the timeline, but I want to say maybe 8 years ago. I don't know. I was one Saturday night, I was watching Unsung. I was in the bed. My husband was getting his clothes together and all that. I'm watching Unsung, and they were doing the story on Montel Jordan. And I'm watching it, and they talked about all the stuff that he went through. And then they, said at the end, because they talked about all the things that he and his wife went through because, of his celebrity. And so they were saying that now he was a pastor and that he had this marriage ministry thing, he and his wife. And so I was like, it was a long time. I know it was a long time. When Evangelist Rogers came. Oh, but I miss her. I was so sorry that she passed away. But okay. So anyway, so I'm watching this story on Unsung about Montel Jordan. And I told Michael, talking. And I said, ooh, I'm going to contact him and see if he'll come in one of our marriage retreats or conference, because we were thinking about having a conference. And so he was like, he is not going to come. Like, he's Montel Jordan. Like, we are who we are, not saying we're nothing, but what I'm saying. He's like on different level and way different level. And he was like, he is not going to come. And I was like, well, all he can do is say no. So on that Monday, I found out where he was, actually, because they were saying that he was a pastor, but he was actually a worship pastor at this church. So I got the emailed him, didn't hear anything back for a day or so, emailed him again, didn't hear anything back. I called and left a message. Finally, he called back, said he wanted to do a FaceTime call. And he was like, you're very persistent. Of course, his wife was on there. He wanted to make sure I wasn't a crazy woman. But doing that with Evangelist Joyce Rogers gave me the confidence to be able to say, all I can do is ask, right? And long story short, they agreed to come. They came, and we have been I told them when we saw them last summer, I was like, yeah, we're just your friends sort of in the cut. Like, we don't have to be out there or whatever. But we have contact with them all the time. He and his wife, Kristen, who were just wonderful, wonderful people. Was she here when the windstorm came? Right. Ebony, you're right. That was Pam Jackson, which I might have to get her again. I don't know. Y'all have to let me know. And because I am thinking about having a women's conference. I've been talking about it for a few years, but my team is like, I don't know. So y'all tell me, should I have a women's conference? Y'all let me know. Okay. And I'll look and see what you say in the comment section. So anyway, Um, but what that did, just that seemingly random thing of me watching TV1 of all the stations that I could have been watching, what, hundreds of stations, but I just happened to watch that. And then I was just like, oh, let me reach out and see if they will come. So what that has done, it has turned into this whole different relationship. And then again, we don't talk about it. I'm only talking about it now because Michael talked about it last Sunday. But, you know, we were with them last summer and hung out, and it was wonderful. Like I said, that was when he told us about his prostate cancer diagnosis. And we were just like, okay, we'll just keep that to ourselves. And, you know, we're just going to pray for you. And so anyway, so then when they decided, so now they have opened up a retreat center for pastors and their wives. And it's this beautiful, oh my God, this house where they have these retreats is absolutely beautiful. And I'm like, I need to go at some point. And it's like a 7-bedroom house. All the bedrooms have their own bathrooms. I mean, it's just, oh my God, it's just absolutely beautiful. So what they were doing was having a gala to raise funds because they're trying to pay off the mortgage for the home. And so they invited us to come. Well, of course, you know, we didn't know who would be there because we're just, you know, who we are, they are who they are. But there were so many people there that we were just kind of like, oh my God, like that's so-and-so, like that's so-and-so, like, oh, you know, like I did have to tease Ebony because Ronnie DeVoe from Belle Biv DeVoe was like right at the next table because they were the table that Montel and his wife were sitting at, Kristen. Ronnie DeVoe and his wife were sitting at that table, and our table was like right by theirs. So I could have just like reached out and touched them and all that. I wanted to get a picture with them, but then they left right out. So I couldn't. And there were other people there, like that Naturi from Power, the actress. And then just other people that were very, very wealthy. You knew they were wealthy because when you talked to them and they talked about their businesses and things that they do, you know, it was just like, oh my God, you know. We met also Tommy Smith. I don't know if y'all know the name, but if I say the picture, you'll know. The picture from the 68 Olympics, where you see the two men standing with their arms up and their fists up in the Black Power. You raise it up all the way because you won't see it. With their hands raised up. Yes. If you remember that photo, well, Tommy Smith, who's one of the Black men in the photo, he was there. He is actually married to Montel's mother. And just wonderful people to me, talk to. Nobody was, you know, had any airs. It was just a room full of a lot of people. And but it was just wonderful to be in that. Let me see. What are y'all saying? I'm trying to look at these comments. Women's conference. I knew you would say that, Phyllis. Ebony can preach at the women's conference. I know she did. I got to go back and watch it. I didn't watch the service today, but I'm going to watch it later. Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I might have to do that, guys. Yeah, I might have to do that. Okay. So anyway, so even with the people that we met at the gala, and I believe that there are things that will come out of that for me, for Michael, because I really, again, I keep saying nothing just happens. And I believe that every person that I met yesterday, that there was a reason why we met that person, even if it was just to have just a 5-minute conversation with them. Some of them, it could turn into other things, like maybe what it turned in for, with Montel and Kristen. So here's, okay, Ebony, you are getting lots of love. I love that. Okay. I couldn't get you the picture, Ebony, because he left as soon as it, I know. I got a piece of a video of him. But that's all. I know. There were Olympic champions there. I mean, yeah, it was all kind of people there. But anyway, but here's the thing, guys, and I'm going to get off here because it's 6:21 and I got some stuff to do. Okay, I need to eat. I haven't eaten. Is that you gotta, I keep telling y'all this, you gotta pay attention to everything that happens in your life, every person that you meet, everything that happens, because you just never know how it will open up something in your life. And it's more than also just seeing those things. You have to act out on them. I know y'all like, well, she's just a broken record on this. I am. You have to act out on it. What if I just saw the thing, the unsung episode with Montel Jordan and thought, oh, that was wonderful. And then just thought to myself, oh, that would be wonderful. I wonder if they would come to New Birth. But I never acted out on it out of fear or feeling like, who am I to ask? Again, they're on a whole different stratosphere with the level of people that they know and that's in their realm. But just out of fear, saying, that could never happen. And I didn't ask. This past weekend would never have happened. It wouldn't have happened. What if I had listened to Evangelist Joyce Rogers and thought, oh, she was so wonderful, but then never reached out to her? That whole relationship would have never happened. And I know there are things in your lives, ladies, that, again, seem so random. But everything connects to something else. And I don't want you to miss out on things in your life because it seemed like it was a random thing. And then something like hit you that said, oh, I should do whatever that thing is. But then you let fear, well, what would they say if I do this? Oh, I can't. Who am I? I'm not in on that thing. Oh, I can't apply for that job. I don't have the degree. Y'all know my story about my jobs and no degrees, right? That I just was like, all they can say is no, right? So I'm being a chaplain, a resident chaplain with all these other people who have not only their MDiv, which is master's in divinity, but what do they call them? D-Mens, when they have their doctorates in ministry. And I'm doing the exact same thing as they are. Right? And that happened just because I saw an email. I received an email about Norton's Healthcare, and it was like a newsletter thing. And I saw it and it was like, I've always wanted to do that. Let me try it. Right? A seemingly random email. And because of that, other doors opened up. I met people, did things that I never thought I would have done. All because of a seemingly random email. Pay attention to the small things in your life and act out on them, guys. Please. I'm begging you to. I'm begging you to. Okay? Let me see. Yes, there was a divine appointment between me and Pastor. Absolutely. And my mother helped out with that as well. Because here's the thing. I wasn't even going to church at the time because I was like, I done grew up in church. I don't want to go. And then it was just one Sunday, I went with my mother and he was there. And I saw him. And then I watched how all the other girls, y'all know the story, all the girls was looking at him and stuff. And, you know, I won't go into everything, but it was a random thing. Yeah, because I wasn't even going. What you're saying here, things happen for a reason sometimes when we move first. Yeah, you got to move first. You do. Oh, Ebony, more love. More love. More love. I love it. All right, guys. So this week, so that's all I'm saying. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? So this week, guys, you don't know. Something might happen tonight. You're watching something on TV. Maybe you go to the grocery store. You run into somebody that you don't know. A random conversation with another patron at Kroger or wherever you go. Hopefully you're not going to Target. All right. They're trying to trick us though. Don't go back to Target. A random thing. You go to work tomorrow. You have a random conversation with a coworker. If something hits you to act on it, I need you to act on it. Okay? I need you to do that. I need you all to do that. Because your life could change trajectories. And it not only changes your life, but it changes the lives of those that you love. Right? But said all that to say, this weekend would have never happened if, when I saw that random show on TV One, Unsung, that if I didn't act out on it, it would never happen. Never. And now I have met so many people that just over that, just from, last night, that was like, wow. Okay. So the guy's not a respecter person. He does the same thing for you. You just got to act out on it. Okay? You just got to act out on it. All right. I love you. Tie up your boots and put on your backpack and be ready to ride. What you said. All right. And I think this is the last week to sign up if you want to go to the retreat. I just want to say, I know we've talked a lot about the activities, but make no mistake, kind of like what Timothy said, we are doing a deep dive in your family history and things in your life and why you react certain ways and stuff going way back. So if you want healing, yes, we're going to have fun. But ultimately, if you want healing for you, which when you're healed, then you can allow to help your family to be healed because you're going to start doing different things when you're healed. Then you need to be there. So you need to go to newbirthchurch.org, scroll down to Women's Retreat and sign up. I'm telling you, it's life changing. And you're going to be really, really sad because we can go to all the derby parties, have all the fun, do all those kinds of things. I don't know if Cowboy Carter's coming here to Louisville. I don't know. But you can do all that stuff and still not be healed. You can buy all the clothes that you want and not be healed. You can exercise, lose all the weight that you want, and still not be healed in the inside. So what I'm doing is helping to heal your inside, your inner man. So I need you to sign up. Go to newbirthchurch.org and sign up. Yes, I'm telling you, don't miss it. All right, Phyllis, I'm glad you'll be there. All right, guys, I love you. I do. I love you. That's why I'm tired, but I'm on him. I'm not tired, but just a little. But I love you all. I believe in you. I believe in your dreams. You know I do. But most importantly, I believe in your action. And so you got to get out there and do it. Pay attention to those things. I'm just kind of stuck on that, especially after this weekend. Pay attention to those small things. And you got to get out there and act on it. Okay? Sign up for the retreat. All right? newbirthchurch.org. Y'all have a wonderful week. Have a peaceful week. And I'll see you on the other side.